Royal heartbreak, how Prince Charles knew marrying Princess Diana was a mistake. Princess Diana and Prince Charles' marriage was infamously ill-starred, but the Prince of Wales knew he was making a mistake before he walked down the aisle, according to a royal biographer. Princess Diana and Prince Charles married in their spectacular 1981 royal wedding. The parents of Prince William and Prince Harry faced a notoriously rocky marriage, however, and separated in 1992 ahead of their acrimonious 1996 divorce. Royal author Penny Junor, in her 2005 book The Firm, explains how, before their engagement, Diana seemed to love the hunting, shooting, outdoors life that Charles adored, but things quickly soured. Ems Jr. writes, "Imagine his surprise, therefore, when after their engagement she seemed suddenly to hate everything he had thought she loved. He was quite at loss to understand the change in Diana, and thought it must be his fault in some way, that the prospect of marrying him was all too ghastly. And yet he spoke to no one about his anxieties, and when concerned friends tried to talk to him, he refused to listen. Pulling out would have been unimaginable, the humiliation, the hurt, the headlines, the castigation. But in retrospect, it would have been infinitely less painful and less damaging to everyone involved, including the monarchy, than going through with a wedding that he knew was a mistake." She continues, "At the very least he should have discussed it." A relation of the princess told Ems Junor, "In his position he bloody well should have spoken to people because he had to think of the constitutional side as well as the private side. He had chosen Diana with both sides in mind, but equally he needed to think of the consequences for both if it was going to go wrong." Ems Junor adds, "Why did Charles allow himself to make what, but he walked up the aisle, he knew was the wrong decision? He took advice before he proposed, but once he had asked Diana to marry him, the subject was no longer open for discussion." Friends tackled the prince on several occasions, but were firmly told to mind their own business. None of them had the influence that Mountbatten had had. He would have seen that Diana was the wrong person for him to be bound to for 50 years or more. But Mountbatten was dead, and Charles was still consumed by grief, lost without the older man to guide him, and alone. He couldn't talk to his own father. He and the Duke of Edinburgh had never been able to talk. If they had, this marriage might never have happened.